Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church in Columbia, South Carolina, where we're part of the ELCA. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. Perhaps instead of leaving milk and cookies for Santa, we would do better to leave some hay outside our door for Lucy's donkey. If that seems odd to you, then you need to learn more about St. Lucy, or Lucia, as she is also known. During this last week of the year, I am finishing up our year-long series of looking at the faithful lives of men and women the Church remembers and commemorates that month. St. Lucy is celebrated on December 13th. Lucy lived in the town of Syracuse on the island of Sicily, but she is remembered all over Europe. In Syracuse, they carry a statue of her through the streets and a special meal of wheat to remember how a famine ended when ships arrived with provisions on December 13th. Celebration of St. Lucy's Day is particularly seen in Scandinavian countries with their long, dark winters. Traditionally, a young girl is dressed in a white dress and a red sash as the symbol of martyrdom, and wears a crown or wreath of candles on her head. And celebrations are held in offices, schools, hospitals, and more, eating saffron buns and gingerbread cookies. As we will see later, Lucy is the patron saint of light, and because of their long, dark winters, Lucy is especially honored in these countries. St. Lucy's Day is also celebrated throughout most regions of Italy, Hungary, the Philippines, and more. So why is St. Lucy so revered and remembered? Well, hold on to your hats for this ride. Tradition says that Lucy was born in 283 to a Roman father and a Greek mother, but her father died when she was only 5, leaving Lucy and her mother without a protective guardian. Lucy took a vow of chastity, devoting herself to God, and planned to distribute her dowry to the poor. But her mother, not knowing of Lucy's promise and suffering from a bleeding disorder, feared for Lucy's future. She arranged Lucy's marriage to a young man of a wealthy pagan family. Soon thereafter, Lucy and her mother made a journey to the shrine of St. Agatha, another early martyr, where it was said that miracles sometimes happened. There, Lucy had a dream that her mother would be cured, and they would bring glory to her city. With her mother cured, Lucy took the opportunity to persuade her mother to allow her to distribute a great part of her riches among the poor. When her mother suggested that the sums would make a good bequest, Lucy countered, "Whatever you give away at death for the Lord's sake, you give because you cannot take it with you. Give now to the true Savior while you are healthy, whatever you intend to give away at your death." When her betrothed learned that she was giving everything away like this, he denounced her to the governor of Syracuse, who ordered Lucy to burn a sacrifice to the emperor's image. Lucy refused and was sentenced to be defiled in a brothel. Tradition then says that when the guards came to take her away, they could not move her, even when they hitched her to a team of oxen. Bundles of wood were then heaped around her and set on fire, but would not burn. Finally, she met her death by a sword thrust into her throat. That's not all, however. A tradition arose in the 15th century that Lucy predicted the downfall of the governor, and so he had her eyes gouged out before she was martyred. Her name Lucy has the same root as the word lux, which means light, and because of the tradition about her eyes, she is considered to be the bearer of light in the dark winter, especially since the day she is honored is one of the shortest days of the year. She is also the patron saint of the blind, of ophthalmologists, authors, cutlers, glaziers, laborers, martyrs, peasants, saddlers, salesmen, and stained glass workers. She is supposed to protect against hemorrhages, dysentery, diseases of the eye, and throat infections. The Caribbean island of St. Lucia is named for her, as are countless places, hospitals, schools, and churches. Now, back to putting out the hay. In parts of Italy, it is tradition to put out a bouquet of hay outside the house for Lucy's donkey, and food in the house for Lucy to refresh them after their long night of bringing gifts to every child. May the life of this light bearer inspire us to bear the light of Christ in our own lives. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.